Hi, my name is Alessandro Gangelosi, and that's a video tutorial coming from cgcookie.com for Max Cookie. This time we have to continue working at the Jewels with iRay material tutorial series. In the past part we prepared the first ring with the first jewel boxes. We didn't finish to work on the jewel box shaders, but we have to model the new ring. And let's make a copy of this one just to have the right proportion and to have a model to follow. So we can create, for example, let's use a circle, and this one will be the proportion of the new model, and we can go for to interpolation to adaptive so the curve will be perfect. Then we can convert to editable spline, and then we have the various selection there. We go for the vertices. I'd like to create a refine really near there. Then we can go to the segments and remove this one. Okay, then let's change the curve there, and there can be okay. And let's go at full screen from this point of view. So I like to have, you see, that shape moving a little bit, and later we can fix it, obviously. Then we have to continue the curve from this point of view, and to do something like that we can move, for example, this one there, and we can focus to the curve there, and this one can arrive there, and we can, let's use all the axes. Okay, later we can fix a little bit if it is not working fine. Then I like to create the shape that will be used to make the extrusion. So let's go to have a spline, and we'll create, maybe we can go to have directly a rectangle, and we'll use to have a little bit of corner radius, and then the second shape will be something different, and we'll go for something like that. Okay, and I like to pick this one, move it, then we can use a refine there, and we make a little bit of curve, and we go for a smooth, or maybe let's go for a Bezier, so we have a better curve, and we do a little bit of curve, just something like that. Okay, let's pick, using the Ctrl key, that's vertices, and we go for to have a fillet. It's something like that. Let's check this one. It's okay, perfect. So let's select the spline. Then we can go to have a compound object, loft, get shape, and this shape will be the first one. Let's go at full screen. Then we have to check the shape because I think we have a little bit of problem there. Then let's go now at the end 100%, and we use again get shape, and you see that we are using the second shape. Then we have to do some stuffs. First of all, I like to have more detail for the path. Let's see with the edges faces. Let's optimize, and let's go to have a little bit less detail on the other axis. Then we have to change a little bit the scaling. So let's go in the deformation, and let's go to open the scale. That's, you see, the first scale, and we can go for something like that. And the second one will be a little bit bigger, but we can say that the scale is still until there, and maybe later like this one. Then let's check the twist. That's the first one, and that's the second one. So I like first of all to go there to minus 360, but that's too much. Okay, right, it is the twisting, but I don't like to use the twist. We can just pick this one and rotate it, so we can check the scaling in the right way. Okay, we have also to fix the shape. Okay, so let's imagine that this one is right. We have to go to the path, and we have to fix it. We can check the path there. And we can directly select the shape, and we can go to work. I selected the wrong shape. Now we can work on the right one. Let's go to have a new view there. Okay, and we go to move this one near the center. Then we rotate a little bit, and then we move this one and this one, because it must be not so much. Let's go back to the other point of view. Let's remove the edges faces, and that's our shape. I like still to work a little bit on the scaling, so let's go there and let's open the scale. Let's say that at the beginning it is a little bit more little, and we have still to scale it at the end. Okay, perfect. Then let's see there on the local axis, I'm just doing a little bit of changes there. and also this one we rotate it. Okay, surface parameter, we can apply the mapping, maybe it can be useful later. So we have this shape. I'm just checking the shape to understand if we have to do something else. I think it can be enough. Okay. Let's zoom. Sorry. And let's use an edit poly. We have to assign a smooth later. And let's create a chamfer there. Okay. And let's check on the other axis there, on the other part, and we need it there. So let's make a zoom. Okay, and let's go to a line. We select this area, and again chamfer. This area is a little bit not good, so maybe we can explore other way to do something. Let's assign a smooth, auto smooth, and it seems not bad. Okay, so now we can create another object, and I'm talking about, let's create an extender primitives. Let's go for a capsule. This capsule can be a little bit more little. Let's do it still more little. Okay, something like that. And we go for something in this position, maybe just a little bit bigger, but it will be rotated to make something like that. Let's go for 55. Okay, let's do it in this way. Let's make a copy of this object and then save. Select the first one, convert to editable poly, and then compound object, pro boolean, start picking, and pick this one. Let's see if everything is okay. It seems everything okay. So let's go for 5, maybe 2, so we'll have the whole. Okay, and then let's make a clone, and this one will be a little bit bigger. Let's work on the local axis, and it will be a little bit more little. Okay, so you see it's a shape with a different space there, but I think that we have to go to something like that for the first one, and the second one must be more little. So we'll have something that come out from the hole. Then let's select this one and convert to editable poly. We have this area, and we'll try to do something. If everything will works fine, we'll try to have a chamfer. We are working on a really little scale, but you see we have still some problems to do it. Let's remove it. So let's try to use this model, and then if we need more detail, we'll add it. Then I like to add something inside there, and I like to have a diamond, and we'll add one diamond there and one diamond there and some little diamond there. So to do something like that, we can pick the diamond from this one. So group, open, and this one we can make a copy using the shift key, and then detach, and this one group, close. Let's move it there, and then let's move it there. So let's go in the lighting and shadow and material, enable transparency. Let's remove it, and let's wait. Okay, let's assign a standard material just to see in a better way how this one works. Let's scale it. Zoom just over it. And we'll have to rotate. And we need to scale it a little bit to fit in the right way. So you see it must be in this position to be sure that we stay and this one will stay there, but we can pick this one and this one and move it. We need to model obviously something to have a position, a right position to stay over there. Okay, then let's create a sphere. And this one will have less faces and will have no smooth. Okay, let's convert to editable poly. Let's select all the edges, and we'll do a little bit of chamfer. let's see if we can do 0.5, maybe 0.2. Okay, you see just a little bit, and that's okay. We don't need to have smooth over this mesh, so let's use smooth. So we should have, okay, the right smoothing. It was just to check. Then let's go at full screen. We have to scale it. And there we'll have okay, let's make this one a little bit more little. Then we have another one there and another one in the middle. Okay, so you see that what we have on the upside. To have something like that, we need a base, and let's see if we can pick the base there from this one. We model it something like that. So let's go to pick this one. Let's go at full screen, and let's try to understand what we can do. We can have maybe just something down there and something that can stay on the base there. So to do something like that, we can, let's make a copy. Let's scale it. And let's go in isolation with this one, and we select that piece. Let's remove, sorry, we can directly go there and select the upside and remove. So we'll have this piece. We can use a shell, and then we can scale it. You see, I'm adjusting a little bit the shape there, and we can put this one down there. Okay, this one and this one, we'll have again the white gold. This one and this one, we have a different material, and I'm talking about having a different gold. We can make a copy there, and we call it gold, and the reflection color will be something similar to a gold color. copy. Let's see if we have to do something like that. Let's go for a black color there. And for the moment we can stay with this kind of shading there. Okay, let's make a copy for this one. Copy, we can rotate by 5 degrees. And we'll have this one inside. Let's check. We have to scale both. Right. And then we need something for this piece, so we can make a copy of this one. And let's scale to the y-axis. And then we need to scale again. We have to rotate by 5 degrees there, so we can remove those pieces. We can pick this one and rotate by 5 degrees. Sorry. Okay, select this one and rotate by 5 degrees. Then pick this one, we can scale it, so you see we have the first one, then the other one there, and we make, maybe if we make a little bit the scale more little, we can make a copy using the shift key, and then we can add 2 more. Let's check from this point of view. I have to adjust really fast. Control Z. Sorry, what we done. So let's use then this bigger version there, and let's make a copy as an instance, and we can scale. This one can be removed, and we can make a copy. So there, 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 and there, and there. For the moment we can assign the diamond, and we'll try to do something different, making a copy of the diamond. Let's call it diamond 2. We have the right scattering there, and let's try to have a volume. Let's use the assumption, and let's go for something like that, maybe a little bit less. Okay, let's hide shapes. This one can be deleted. let's go on a window there, make a selection also for this one, and let's call it ring 2. I like to see a still render of this one, so let's make a test. I'm sorry. Okay, so you see that's just a simple preview. Again, we can remove the other ring there. Let's hide the shapes and let's select this one. We can make the group ring 2. Sorry. So we can pick the boxes. Let's move this one there. Let's make a copy, and this one can be put inside. Let's remove the edges faces. And we can move. See, inside we can make just a little bit of scaling. Okay, so we have both. Let's select both with a Ctrl C, and we can make, you see, a rotation, and we select this one, and we make a copy, and we'll move it. We make another copy there too. Okay, just to have more stuff there. Let's find the right position. Let's do another copy with this 1, 2. Okay, then let's create a camera from this point of view. I like to tune a little bit the material there. Okay, this one, let's see the model. Okay, let's see if we can add a little bit of noise. And let's go for a noise. Let's go for a turbulence with a swoop with 1. And let's see what happened. Okay, it is not so much visible, but that's not a problem, because I like also to change the point of view. So let's remove the bump for just for a moment, and I like to pick this one, edit clone, and let's move it, for example, there, and we'll move it there and down to stay on the ground. Perspective, we should stay a little bit rotated on this axis. Okay, and let's move it in this way. Let's go in the camera again, so you see, then we can just make it there, and let's make a copy of this one. Then we move it there, and we move it there, rotate by 85 and 70 and down. Let's see there. See, we have to move it and rotate. And then we can go down there, and we have to move it in this point. Okay, so we have a point of view. We can just make maybe a copy of this one. Just put it there, and we can make a copy of this one, and we can move it there. Okay, save and select the camera, and we can add the depth of field, enabled. Let's move the target. Let's check from there which is the target, and to do it we can use, for example, the near clipping, so we can have the focus over there. So at 17.5, and you see that now we have there. Maybe we can go for 6 for the f-stop, and we can have the right focus. Save, and maybe I have just to pick this one and rotate. Okay, in this way. And let's see what happens if we try to render it. Not bad. I like just to make another changes, and I like there to add a little bit of bumping, and let's add it there. Noise, fractal, and it will be really little. And let's see, for example, on this area, it's too big. So let's go to have something like 0.2. You see now it's too much visible, so we go for something more little, 0.25, and let's say 0.2. Maybe now it needs to be higher, so let's go for 35. And I see something there. Okay. Then just to have something different, we can have a copy there, and let's call it blue, and sorry, and let's say that, for example, this one, group, open, and this part will have, sorry, I have to check there the shader, but for the moment we can say that this one has the blue, and let's go for a dark blue, copy and paste. Okay, let's pick there, group, open, and do the same. And we have to make a copy of this one. Let's call it blue. And we copy there as an instance. And we assign the same there. Save. And let's check this area. Maybe we can do it a little bit brighter. Let's check the image. And maybe just also a little bit less f-stop. Let's see the image. Let's go for 7, 8, 9. Let's try in this way. So you see the depth of field is not so high, and we can obtain a better quality. Okay, so this one will be the final result, and our image is ready. We worked in a really simple way with the shaders, just to see how we can create something in this way. Maybe in the future we'll work to obtain some rendering more complex. Maybe we can create some clock, or maybe other objects like that, where we can use metals and glasses or something like that. So for the moment that's all, and I hope to see you back on MaxCookie to check for new tutorial coming from cgcookie.com. Bye.